G'day and welcome back to another Classroom Ideas video. This is simply a series where if I've done something in class that worked really well, I feel like sharing it with you guys, and other people may really enjoy trying it as well in different ways. So this is just me off the top of my head talking about how the activity went. And this was a debate that I did with a history class. They were looking at the ethics of displaying and studying ancient human remains. What I wanted to do was not just teach them or give them the opportunity to think about the topic and to argue the topic. I also wanted them to practice debating. I wanted them to think about how arguments are made and what type of arguments there are. And so what I did was I gave everybody in the class a chance to take part in the debate. We split the class in half, and I told them everyone will be speaking and I will point to you and you need to speak. So a little bit more pressure on the class. We tried to make it as positive as possible. I gave people the opportunity to say, I don't know what to say, and they can move to somebody else. But I wasn't taking volunteers. So it very much was, and only one person took that opportunity. Everyone else that I pointed to spoke. What I did that was a little bit different though, apart from getting everyone to speak, what I did was, I then summarized their argument based on what type of argument it was. So the first person spoke, and I said afterwards, thank you for speaking. Always try to keep it as positive as possible. Thank you for that. This is what this student has started the debate with. Yes, a specific example saying it's unethical because this example is wrong. And then the person pointed to someone else, they refuted, and I was able to say, this person's provided a counter specific example. And so as the debate went on, it's almost like I was a commentator, and the students are actually taking part in a debate, but they're also spectating. They're also watching a debate with a kind of almost like an expert commentator summarizing and drawing out points on each of the arguments that are being made. And I might have said, that's an interesting argument. She's universally said this is unethical for this reason. Or this person's pointed to culture and asked the question of whether we should respect cultures of the past, how much we should, how do we know how to respect them if we don't know what they thought, etc., etc. So it was this kind of dual opportunity for students to develop their arguments, to think on the spot, to refute each other's arguments in a historical context. You can do it in an English context or a legal studies context, whatever. But there was a second layer to that, where I was kind of giving expert commentary on each of these arguments. So as they went, they were kind of getting both. They were thinking about what the person said, then they were hearing someone commenting on what they said. So I tried to keep it light, but hopefully the students that were taking part in this debate were hearing and understanding, oh, this is an example that could be refuted if I give a specific other example. Or this is a broad example, and if I can point out one or two areas where it's incorrect, the whole argument falls down. So hopefully it was an opportunity for students to enjoy the debate. They certainly seemed to have a good time, but also learn a bit more about debating, about forming arguments, and about how arguments work and how people counter arguments in history setting, but that can happen in any setting as well.